Comparing early labour struggles and modern challenges, historical reflection. The labour movement was born out of necessity, a fight for survival in the harshest of conditions. In the early days, workers faced grueling hours, unsafe environments, and the constant threat of injury or death. Entire communities bore the weight of this struggle, united by the dream of fairness and safety. Modern landscape today, the landscape of labour has changed, but the fight is far from over. While workplace fatalities in many industries have decreased, unsafe conditions remain a reality in professions like mining, construction, and healthcare. However, modern challenges extend beyond safety. Corruption, unethical practices, and the erosion of worker advocacy have become pressing concerns. Weakening of unions over time. Unions, once the pillars of labour advocacy, have weakened. Companies exploit this vulnerability, denying workers fair wages and raises that fail to keep pace with inflation. Many workers find themselves working harder for less, with fewer benefits to show for their labour. Even worse, some unions permit cross-departmentalisation, slashing jobs by combining roles, leaving fewer workers to handle heavier workloads. Leadership remains neutral, allowing these practices to persist unchecked. Corruption within unions. In some cases, unions have turned against their own members. Corruption and favouritism plague many organisations. Membership may be limited to an exclusive few, leaving others without representation or advancement opportunities. Too often, union leaders fail to defend members targeted for retaliation. Instead of advocating for workers, they align themselves with companies or ignore their duties altogether. In the past year alone, multiple unions have attempted to expel their own members or target whistleblowers, protecting their positions instead of the people they serve. The individual struggle. Despite these challenges, few are willing to speak out. Fear of retaliation silences many, leaving corruption to fester. Those who do step forward often find themselves standing alone, risking their careers and livelihoods. Yet, it is in these solitary acts of courage that change begins. It takes immense strength to challenge the status quo, to demand accountability when no one else will. Modern activism and freelancers. As unions falter, a new wave of workers, freelancers, gig workers, and independent contractors are left without representation. These workers face unique vulnerabilities, often excluded from traditional union protections. The future of labour advocacy must include alternative solutions for these individuals. New systems of accountability, transparency and representation must emerge to fill the void left by failing unions. Advocacy tips and call to action. The challenges facing modern labour are daunting, but they are not insurmountable. To build a better future, we must stand together, learn from the past, and take action. Here's how you can make a difference. 1. Document everything. Keep detailed records of workplace issues and union activity. 2. Build alliances. Connect with like-minded workers and organizations to amplify your voice. 3. Demand accountability. Hold leaders accountable by attending meetings, raising concerns, and pushing for transparency. 4. Support whistleblowers. Advocate for stronger protections for those brave enough to expose corruption. 5. Explore alternatives. Seek or create new organizations that prioritize fairness and representation for all workers, especially freelancers and gig workers. Together, we can reclaim the ideals of the labour movement and build a future where no worker is left behind. This is not just a story of challenges, It is a story of resilience and hope. The fight for Labour continues, and it begins with you. Stand up, speak out, and together, let's build the future workers deserve.